What the heck did we get today, Gary? It's another box from our friends at Anbernic. Save that for later. I don't want you getting into this thing. Alright, what do we get? A case and... ooh, the RG35XX Plus. Alright, what color did we get? Looks like transparent black. I wanted gray, but that's okay. I already have a gray one. Now we have transparent black. And what's it come with? Screen protector, manual, wipes, and looks like they sent us the 128 model. Oh, and of course, a cord. See? It's a cord. Ooh. Alright, so you have your anbernic D-pad, you have your function button, start, select, Y, X, A, B. You have HDMI out on top, you have a USB-C port and headphone jack on the bottom. That's all the same as the previous model. You got your volume on the side, you have your power and your reset and your SD cards on the other side. Now that's all the same as the previous model. What's different, the shoulder buttons, you see here that R2 and L2 are slightly smaller and they have an angled trigger. So just by feel, you can tell these are different. And you also see there's a removable battery. Now it doesn't just click in and off like the Miyoo Mini Plus. It's screwed in there, but that is pretty cool that in the event that this thing starts to crap out, I can just unscrew it and put a new battery right in there. That's kind of neat. You see here it has a 3300 milliamp hour battery. That should let you play for quite a while on some of these lower end things. And that's it. I mean, let's do some comparisons real quick while I got you here. Now here's the new guy, the 35XX Plus, and here's the old guy, the regular 35XX. You can see they're pretty much the same size. They've slightly changed the orientation of the start and select buttons. The face buttons themselves are labeled as opposed to having the label on the actual handheld. And you can see here on the back, the biggest difference is the fact that the R2 and L2 buttons have that raised trigger to it, so you can feel right off the bat, hey, this is different. Here we are next to the Miyoo Mini Plus. You can see it's bigger. Some people like this if you have a smaller hand. I honestly think this is ideally suited for my hand. So, to me, the fact that they kept the same size, I like that. Get out of here, Miyoo Mini. Now, they tell me this is powered by an H700 quad-core chip. I asked around town, and that's basically a slightly more powerful 3326, which is a ubiquitous chip that is in the Anbernic 351 line. The base model of this goes for about $64 on Anbernic's website, US dollar. You can get the model with the 128 card for about $80. If I were you, I'd get the cheaper one and provide your own card. It has 5G Wi-Fi on it, so I can get my retro achievements and do net play. It has the same 3.5-inch screen as the other one. It's a 480p screen. It has Bluetooth, but not for headphones yet. It's just for controllers, because again, it has that HDMI out. And it has that 3300 milliamp hour battery, which is larger than the 2100 milliamp battery on the original. We also have this cool case that they sent me. Oh, it has a bad smell to it, but everything's kind of molded. Just slides in there, and nothing's rattling around in there too much. Oh, speaking of rattling around, let's do a shake test. I mean, that's not bad. You picking that up? Here's what the original did. Significantly quieter. I think those trigger buttons might be a little bit enhanced in that manner. So let's put the SD card in. Wait. Oh geez. It's just a random unbranded card. That's why a lot of people say just, skip it and get the cheaper model and provide your own card. But you do you, gamer. Okay, that goes in there pretty easy. And now we just power it on. I want to know what person likes that noise, right? Ew. Ugh. Let's turn that off right away. Close. There we go. So we have version 2023-1108. That's what mine shipped with. Since this is Wi-Fi, we might be able to get over-the-air updates. I don't know if they've done that yet. Speaking of Wi-Fi, I'm going to connect my network settings here. No one look. So the default operating system on here is very similar to the one that came stock on the 35XX originally last year, and it's not it's not great. Now Garlic's available on here, but it's not done yet. Black Seraph needs a minute to get Garlic 2.0 running on here at a perfect level. I'm not going to mess around with that until we're a little bit further along in development. I'm going to tell you what you get right out of the box. I personally, I'm going to wait a little bit until Garlic 2.0 is out and strongly supported for this before I flash everything over, but you could get it on there if you wanted to. So let's see what it looks like on stock. Looks like you have two ways of getting to your games. You can go to Game Rooms or RA Game, and both of them will give you the option to go to your built-in card and your external card. Now again, this is roughly on par with a 3326, so PS1 should be fine. PSP, maybe. Dreamcast, maybe. We shall see. Let's see what we can play on here. Oh, let's start simple. Let's start with some Game Boy. Why is Game Boy Color sideways? Was that the new thing? The Trim UI had Game Boy and Game Boy Color sideways. So weird. Alright, let's do some Game Boy. Whoa! While we're here, I'm going to turn on retro achievements. Let's pause real quick so you don't see my user stuff. Now this is important because for whatever reason, retro achievements work. It's just the visibility of them is turned off. So you got to go to user interface, menu item visibility, go to settings, and then towards the bottom, you're going to have achievements. Make sure you have that turned on. Now when I go into settings, I can go down to achievements and turn it on and log myself in. Be right back. And after some shenanigans, you can see that my achievements are now available. It'd be nice if that worked better out of the box, but what are you going to do? R2 is automatically mapped to fast forward, which is nice. Whoa! Your function key is also your hotkey. If you just press it, it takes you to the RetroArch menu. If you press it and another button, you can save, you can load, you can do all your normal stuff. Pause, all that jazz. Speaker gets pretty loud. Ah. Ooh, pizza. Gonna need that pizza if I keep dying like an idiot. I died. But I had pizza, so I'm back. I don't know how I feel about the bezels. Now I know I can change all this, but in the perspective of someone who got this as a present or something, and this is how it's set up by default, I feel like you're losing some real estate here. Hey, look! I unlocked an achievement. Yikes. Get him, Shaq. Jeez. I died. I'm not very good at Shaq Fu. But we got the achievement, Vagabond Temple. How do you like that? Do you like apples? How do you like them apples? I see the Sega bezel is extremely minimal. You barely even see it. I like that way better than the SNES one. Nailed it. The original 35XX didn't have too much of a problem with PlayStation 1 outside of some crazy graphically intensive games. So this guy should have no issues at all. Let's turn on the FPS just to make sure. We want to drive. Yeah, let's drive a Ford Focus all over the place. Turn the fast forward on. Yeah, there's plenty of overhead on here. Ooh, it's got rumble. I like that. And it's like a subtle rumble. I don't feel like it's trying to smack my hand around. My bad. My bad. I don't know what the brake is. Is that brake? What's brake? There it is. Sorry. Let's play a game that I'm good at. Oh. Can I slide? Oh, yeah, I can slide. There's Virtual Boy games on here. But why? Virtual Boy gave me a headache immediately. We're not even going to mess with that. Want to try some Dreamcast? Crap.
Class D license. I can't believe it. Was that your best? I don't think so.
I mean, it's my best so far in reviews.
Game over.
Shut up. It's got some frame skip or something going on in the background, but it runs. It runs like I played Crazy Taxi. Probably wouldn't pick this as my ultimate Dreamcast machine, but it plays it. Let's try some PSP. I can only imagine PSP is going to be a little squishy. Yeah. Oh no, I died. So PSP's playable on here. I just don't know why you would do it unless it was your only option, because it's pretty squished. Now the other system that really intrigued me with this new chip, and it's what I want to end on, is Nintendo DS. Obviously you only got the one screen, but with these trigger buttons, you can reconfigure everything, and one screen games I think will be extremely playable. DS performance on here is dynamite as long as you have a good single screen game or a game you don't mind bouncing back and forth between. Well, I guess it's time for What Did We Learn? We learned that the RG35XX Plus is an enhancement in pretty much every conceivable category to the sleeper handheld of the year, the 35XX. Now what it's done, it's given it more battery, it's given it more processing power. It's given it Wi-Fi for your retro achievements and net play. It's given it some better ergonomics in the form of these trigger buttons. And it's given you an easily removable battery. You don't have to take the whole dang thing apart just to get to the battery. And at $65, this is poised, again, to be one of the budget handhelds of the end of 2023 into 2024. In addition to the changes, you still have all the cool things about the original 35XX that made it so cool, like the fact you can do one-handed RPGs, which is awesome. I had my original 35XX with me all the time when I went to my daughter's dance class, or when I went to a conference for work, or all sorts of places, and I'd just pull it out of my pocket and I'd start playing some Tactics Ogre or Pokemon, and invariably people would walk up to me and they'd say, "What the heck is that?" And I'd tell them, and they'd say, "That's pretty neat, where can I get it?" And I'd say, "I don't know, Amazon, anbernic's website, all sorts of places." And some of them bought them, and some of them, I think, are secret fans of the channel. You guys, the guys from dance class, hi. But it is not an unequivocal must buy for me, simply because the stock operating system is not good. It's the same cruddy system we had on the original RGXX. Maybe outside of the box for a brand new user, the simplicity would be less intimidating, but it's not even that simple when you think about it, because there's multiple ways to get to your games. There's some confusing settings for the layman. There's some bad translation. So instead of saying turning something on or off, it'll say turn it open or closed. And just little things like that. It's not quite there. However, probably by New Year's, we're going to have a dynamite GarlicOS 2.0 package that runs on this great with no problems, and a lot of my concerns will be alleviated. And if Anbernic continues their previously established trends and patterns with our buddy Black Seraph, this thing will probably start shipping with dual boot GarlicOS already on it. And then I could say unequivocally that this would be a strong contender for budget handheld of the end of 2023 into 2024. Mini Game Boy, tiny Game Boy, please give me tiny Game Boy. You wouldn't believe the amount of comments we get where someone says, "Please give me tiny Game Boy." Speaking of giving tiny Game Boys, why don't you join our Discord? The link below in the description. And if you play a couple games of the month or join our Patreon or, anything to get a couple points, you'll be entered into a drawing on New Year's Eve to maybe even win a tiny Game Boy like this or a bevy of prizes. So always remember, if you're even remotely interested, click on our link for the Discord in the description and join our fun community of crazy people. Speaking of crazy people, I know Aish is going to have a comprehensive review of the 35XX Plus, probably within a couple days, so stay tuned for that. And I'm probably going to have some follow-up videos where I compare this to the Miyoo Mini Plus. I've heard rumors that Miyoo is releasing a Miyoo Mini Plus that comes with Onion OS pre-flashed on there. Maybe we'll have a battle of the garlic versus onion. Who knows? Anyway, if you liked the video, do me a favor, hit the like, hit the bell, subscribe. We're really close to 50,000 subscribers. How about that? I didn't think I would have 50 people that like the videos that I make. It's probably like 48,000 people that like Aish and Stubbs, and maybe 500 people that like me, but that's still pretty good. Let's get up to 50,000 by the end of the year, and heck, I'll film myself eating a whole jar of pickles. I don't know. I would do that anyway on New Year's Eve, but I'll film myself doing it this year.